Well, if you've ever wondered what 23-year-old interior evaporator coils look like that have never been cleaned, there's your answer. It's 2016 now. This unit was put in my house in 1993. And I, like an idiot, I knew they needed to be cleaned periodically, but you know, my AC just seemed to do okay, so I didn't worry about it. Until this year, it started to seem to me like it had to run longer and longer and longer to cool the house, so I'm finally doing it. Had to take off a little access panel on the side of my HVAC system to get to where the coils are. And I watched a couple of YouTube videos on how to do it. And everything on there is dry now, so I don't have a thin comb. I have a hard plastic bristle brush, and I'm gonna gently try to clean away all this stuff. And then I have a shop vac that I'm gonna vacuum up the loose stuff and then spray some coil cleaner on it. I'm not gonna take everything out like several people suggested was the only way to really clean them. I'm gonna take it apart in the front and clean the other side as well, but I just wanted you to see what 23-year-old coils look like that have never been cleaned. And I changed the filter religiously. Filter does not get very dirty before I'm cleaning it and replacing it. So that's 23 years worth of buildup right there. So I'm gonna switch to this old digital camera that I have a tripod for, so it'll free up both hands, and so the quality of the video won't be as good as this iPhone, but stand by and I'll start gingerly trying to scrape this dry stuff off. Alright, here we go. Whoops. I want to brush straight down with the fins. You don't want to brush across because the fins run vertically up and down and the air passes through the fins. So if you come this way, then you're going to bend the fins over. So you want to go straight up and down. And you can see that this hard bristle plastic brush is cleaning this dry stuff off. It's making it kind of nasty to breathe in here, but I'll get as much cleaned off with this brush as I can, and then I'll vacuum it out with the shop vac and spray the coil cleaner on like I said. And then when you cut the unit on, the condensation, the water that runs down the fins should wash the coil cleaner off. You can see right there, this should make a huge difference once I finish getting this off and cleaning it with the coil cleaner. Look at that, 23 years. Alright, so I'll come back when I got all this cleaned off and vacuum it out. Alright, I've got about as much as I could get off with the brush. Again, brushing down with the fins, not across the fins, because you don't want to bend them over. So now I'm ready with the shop vac, and I'm going to do the same thing when I vacuum. I'm going to go down. I'm not going to go across the fins because I don't want to take a chance on bending them. So I'm just going to pull the shop vac straight down, and to get to the bottom, I'll put it down there, you know, and pull it up. So don't go across, go with the fins. All right, so gonna be some noise, so I'm gonna shut the camera off. All right, the front side of the fins, the side opposite of this, I took the sheet metal screws off down the side here, and I was able to pry this out enough to see that the fins on this side were not dirty. I tried getting a picture of it, you know, with the camera, but I could see in there well enough to know that they were not dirty, and I held this light in on this side and I could see light coming through the fins on this side. So I didn't take this apart any farther, because I would have had to take sheet metal screws off all the way around the top and then have to bend it all the way down. That would have been a hassle. I could see well enough to know that this side of the fins, the side on the discharge side going out the vents, was not dirty. So cleaning this side, I think, was enough. So I'm gonna let it ride with that. I'm going to spray this web coil cleaner on it. Then I'm going to close it back up and cut the unit on, and the condensation, the water condensation running down these fins should rinse it off. Should rinse off the coils. So that'll be it. And if you have an older AC unit, take it apart, get to your evaporator coils, see how dirty they are, save you some money. And if you're trying to locate where the coils are, wherever there's a drain. Hold on, let me get around to the other side, I'll show you. All right, this is the side directly opposite where I was working. I was working right over there, and right on the other side of this same housing, you can see the other side of the coils. So I pried apart, I took that panel off on the other side to get to the front of these coils. But there should be a PVC drain line, or maybe it's a galvanized metal drain line, and that will be right below where your coils are if you're trying to locate your coils. That's where your condensation line is, where water runs to the outside of your house. Here's the clean out, where every so often, every few months, I'll pour bleach down in that hole to keep mildew from forming inside the pipe, which can block it up. Got a little cap right there, a little piece that fits back in there. But I'll pour about a quart of bleach down that line every couple of months during the summer, just to make sure it's clean. But anyway, that may help you find your evaporator coils. Look for your drain line, and right above it should be your coils. And your drain pan also will be right below the coils. And again, I have to replace this because mine's rusted through. 17 by 38 inches, so I gotta find one somewhere. Alright, so next step will be spraying the coil cleaner. Alright, here again is the coil cleaner. I'm going to use Web coil cleaner, bought it at Home Depot. And it says to apply liberally, shake the can well, let it sit on there for a few minutes, and then rinse it with water if you're using it to clean the outside unit, the fins on your outside unit. But for interior units that create condensation, you don't have to rinse it. But I am a little bit using just plain water, clean water in a spray bottle. So I'm going to spray that on, let it sit for a few minutes, and then rinse it off with this spray bottle, water from the spray bottle. So I've already shaken it up pretty good. And now here we go. Foaming cleaner, as you can see. Oh, or can you see? There you go. All right, that's what I'm going to do. It's hard to do this and hold the camera, so I'm going to spray that on the hole, on all the fins, and then let it sit for a few minutes. All right, this is my second coat of cleaner, because I figured with going through all the hassle of taking this apart to clean it, I may as well use 2 applications to get it as clean as possible. $7 a can or so. So, oh, there goes fire department. 25 shifts and I will be retired from that fire department you hear after 32.5 years. Woohoo! Get it, boys. Alright, there you have the clean coils. You can still see a little bit of dirt on some of the fins, and I applied cleaner several times to a couple of spots and scrubbed it as hard as I could but some of that stuff's just not coming off. So after 23 years of not being cleaned, I guess it's on there. But this is way better than what it was if you remember back to the beginning of the video. So this is gonna have to help our system cool the house better. It's gonna have to be a difference, because I don't see how air was getting through all that mess that was on it when I started. So anyway, that's it. Let me put this side cover back on. All right, the cover that I had to take off to get to the coils is back on. I've got it sealed up with tape around the edges, AC tape, that aluminum shiny silver tape. So that's about it. And again, to find your coils, look right above your drain pan. Look for your drain line also. The drain line will come out of right where your coils are, because the condensation that drips down from the coils runs out your drain line. And the drain pan is underneath your coils, just in case the drain line doesn't work or something doesn't work properly. The pan catches it so it doesn't drip down into your insulation and into your ceiling down below. If you don't feel comfortable doing this, getting up in your attic, don't try it. I've got a board, across the rafters, across the joists. Don't step on the insulation. Don't step through the ceiling. Be careful. That's about it. But you did see 23 years worth of buildup on my coils and the unit. There's a lot more air coming through my AC ducts, and it is cooling better. It's visible. It's not visible, but it's a difference you can feel. All right. So anyway, hope this helps you out. Peace out from Georgia.